Alright, what's good? Welcome back to another Road to First Grade video. We're in round 7, but before that, I'm just going to show you guys what happened in the previous round. As you can see here, we played Melbourne and we won 6 points to 0. It was legit one of the most frustrating games to play. Nothing worth showing, that's why we're in round 8 here, getting ready to take on the Tigers, who are currently winless. A pretty terrible start to the season for the Tigers, and we're not expecting much from them. As we're going to look at both teams here, Booth returning to the wing, replacing Simon Atta, who had a pretty decent game 2 rounds ago, and Nathan Leonardi is also returning back to the starting lineup. Middleton's back at halfback, replacing Speechley. I think that's the same back row, and it's a completely new front row, so a lot of changes being made almost every round. It can get annoying because I'm trying to learn the players. As we throw the ball around here, and Bateman's eventually going to get tackled 5 meters out. Fifth and last, we're going to call for it at first receiver, throw a dummy, put a chip over the top, and we call for the pass immediately after the catch, scoring the first try of the game. I was actually just spamming triangle to try and catch the ball, but we ended up calling for a pass here. It's lucky that we did though, because he would have got held up looking at that animation. With Lachlan Croker to take the first kick of the game, it's a decent strike and he converts the 2, going up by 6. Back in attack here, they go left to Leonardi in some space, gets around 1, and he gets hit in a solid tackle on our 30 there. Second tackle running onto it, we fend past 1, draw in another defender and get the pass away. Morgan Boyle with room to move, and he's going to get another flick pass away. A beautiful pass to Lachlan Croker here as he streaks away with no one in front of him, and we score back-to-back tries fairly quickly there. Back with Croker looking to convert his own try, and he extends the lead to 12 points. Back with the Tigers in attack, Mapasoni gets around 1, shrugs off another. We move up to tackle and it's like he ran into an invisible wall there. Unable to make the tackle, Mapasoni scores the Tigers' first try of the game as they take another look at the grounding. Green lights all around for the Tigers as they convert the try and bring the gap down to 6. Not too sure why I didn't include the kick, but we're back in attack here, inside the 10. Second tackle, calling for it on the right here. Dummy out, pass back inside, and it's well read by the Tigers defense. 5 meters out, third tackle here, calling for it once again. We run towards the posts here, dragging a few defenders, and we put Boyle through untouched, scoring the third try of the game. Croker with the third conversion, extending the lead to 12 points. Back in attack as we look to make a statement with this win. McGurrick gets around 1 defender, 1-on-1 with the fullback, and he's going to beat the fullback as well. A monster run by McGurrick, running about 70 meters to score our 4th try of the game. Back with Croker once again to extend the lead to 18, but it's away to the left. As we look at the full-time stats here, a pretty dominant win for us. We pick up man of the match, and as always guys, I was about to go into the outro, but we've got another round to go. We were pretty decent last game, scored 1 try and we set up another. Heading into round 8 here, we've got the Rabbitohs sitting at 7th with a record of 5 wins, 2 losses, and they're currently riding a 3-game winning streak, with their most recent win being a blowout against the Sharks, 20 points to 0. As we look at both lineups here, our back line's still the same halves too. They've made a change to our back row. McCurrick is getting a start after a decent showing last week off the bench, and it's also the same front row. The interchange, Boyle taking McCurrick's spot. Surprisingly enough, the AI decides to keep the same team. As we look to return through Levi, throwing the pass out, and it's going to get monstered into touch there. The Rabbitohs winger, I think it's a Goolagong or whatever, makes a big play in defense. First tackle here and they go wide to Verrills, who's going to go through untouched. Pretty decent pass as they get on the board there, taking the lead. Robert Jennings with the conversion extends it to 6. Finally back on attack here, as we call for it down the short side, dummy in, pass out to Levi on the wing. With room to move here, he runs straight into their fullback and he's going to get thrown into touch once again. I actually remember this game and the Rabbitohs are pretty solid on defense. As we make a break here through McCurrick, getting tackled inside the 30. Looking to call for it here, running onto it. We throw a dummy and slice right through the defense there. Their fullback getting caught out of position, and we're going to score the first try of the game, with Croker to take the kick from right in front, and he ties the game up. So just before the half here, back in attack, off the tap, And Levi's gonna get monstered into touch once again. As we look at the halftime stats here, a fairly close game. It's essentially 0-0 going into the second half. Pretty lucky for us given that we've made 3 errors. Then again, the Rabbitohs did make 2, plus they gave away a penalty. So we're 11 minutes into the second half. Last tackle here, we call for the ball, put a little grubber through, Middleton giving chase, and he's going to score a try there. And that was pretty much all the action from the second half. Croker converts and we grind out a win. As for our individual performance, we did a lot of defending in the second half. The Rabbitohs are pretty relentless on attack, but they just couldn't crack this Canberra green wall. So that's the end of round 8. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.
You say that I've changed, and maybe I have, but you a dime, babe. So change ain't always bad, but I always seem to lose it as soon as I get it. Now these women in these days, I ain't been love how I spit it, so